Today's episode's brought to you by Honey. Honey is out there trying to save you some money on your online purchases. Also, we're brought to you by Calm. Hey, it's time to chillax, re-chill with your life, and Calm is here to help. Hey, let's jump into this podcast.
Hello, everybody, it's time for Ghost and Crendor.
Ghost and Crendor in the morning.
In the morning. Broadcasting live. In 4-hour recording studio. Recording. Wake your ass up, it's the Crendor in the morning.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sunday episode of Ghost and Crendor in the morning.
Hey
to you too.
What's going on? How are you? How's it going? What's up? How you doing? How you feeling? How you been? How you
Oh
going?
man, do you really want to know? Do you really want to know how I'm feeling, or is that just? Are you just trying to be nice?
Nah, I'd say I really want to know.
Oh, thank God you had to. You thought about it for a minute, and you were like, you know what? It'd probably make for a good episode.
Yeah. It'd probably make for good stuff.
No, I just I'm at that stage of my life where I think I've been very obviously been in enough failed relationships that when it like doesn't work out, I'm like fine. I'm like, all right, well that was a thing, and I just move on. But I'm always ending up in relationships with people who are kind of still figuring it out and don't really have a lot of experiences with breakups. So in my mind, it's like a one conversation thing. If you're breaking up with me, if I'm breaking up with you, let's pull this Band-Aid and move on. But for some reason, the last few people I've dated, it's been like, we need to have a conversation about our feelings and then spend a few days working through some shit. It's so unnecessary. It literally can be like, look, we're done. Let's move on. Clearly, we don't need to communicate anymore. It's fine. But it's just like, oh, Crendor, I know you don't have to deal with this. I know you're happily
Right.
married. And you haven't had to deal with this for a long time. But let me tell you, I was recently told by this girl that I was seeing that, like, you know what? She's still hung up on her ex. She's not ready to move on. And I was like, well, that does suck for me. But, like, okay.
Right.
Thanks. You know, it's glad I know this now. And so, you know, moved on with my life. But then she, like, starts texting me about, like, things she's doing in her life. And I'm like, what? And I messaged her back, like, you know, I was real chill and, like, respectful when you said you had to go, like, you know, handle your business with your ex, or, like, you still had whatever. I didn't, like, you know, make a scene or nothing. I was just like, all right, I understand you're feeling some things, and, like, that's on you. Go do your thing. And then she just started messaging me. And I had to literally message back, be like, look, I respected how you felt. This is how I feel. Don't do this. Like, don't say you don't want, like, don't be like, well, I don't want to be together, but also, here's what I'm doing today. Like, what? Why would I need that information? Like, I don't need to know what you and your friends are doing, because we're no longer in a relationship. We're not,
Yeah.
like, this isn't, you literally told me you can't be with me because you still had feelings for your ex. And then I sat there and took it like a boss, like, okay. And then moved on, and then you're just like, by the way, so the other night I went out and did this stuff, and I'm like, what the hell? How's that? How do you think I feel right now when you send me stuff like this? So even in that moment, I was still respectful and was like, okay, this is fine. And so I think I got my point across, because she messaged back like, you're right. And I'm like, I know I'm right. I'm very right. And so I'm just like, all right, moving on. But it happens with a frequency that makes me question who I'm into or who I'm dating. And I don't know. It's probably a me thing, I'll be honest. But it also seems like, I don't know. I don't want to generalize. But boy, everyone I've dated, every time we've broken up, it's always like a whole thing. Like, it's got to be days of working through drama. And I'm just like, I don't see the point. It seems like you're
Right.
just trying to feel good about this breakup. And you can move on and, like, not feel like the bad guy. And I don't care whether you feel like the bad guy or not. It doesn't have to be like a thing. Oh, it's always a thing. It's always a thing.
It's always a thing.
And I'm just like, it doesn't have to be. You said this is how you felt. I said this is how I felt. And, like, great. We communicated and, like, we're good. And I don't know. It's so weird because people are just like, I've never had a breakup like that before. I just don't know how to react. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, usually there's fighting and yelling. It's like, look, I am too old and tired to fight and yell. Like, if you're not into me, I will find someone who is. I'm all right. Like, I will be okay. I'm not going to be like, no, you've ruined my life. No, that just means I get more time to play games.
Like they expect it to be like a dramatic movie of like, you know, like this big thing, and then you're like, wait, don't break up, and like follow them to like their airplane ride as they're like flying away to a different country. And you're just like, no. And then they're like, maybe I will be with you. But then they're like, but my ex is over there. And you're like, eh.
The crazy thing is that I know a lot of women I've talked to have been like, I like it when a guy fights for me. Like he was going to fight for me. And I'm like, if you say to me something along the lines of like, I'm still on my ex, or I don't think it's going to work out between us, or like, I'm going to take you at face value. I'm not going to be like, I'll fight for you. I've done that before. I've struggled with that before. That's what pretty much my 20s was. And let me tell you, it's not worth it. I'm not with any of those people still. That's just all red flags to me. I'm like, wait. So you want me to like chase you, but you're also admitting that, like, you know, while you're chasing me, I'm gonna be hung up on other people, but you got to prove yourself to me. Nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm fine. I'm not gonna do that. I'd rather have free time and like do my own thing than be like, so today I spent roughly 16 hours trying to prove my love to someone who like barely cares. Yeah, no, I'm all right. Like, I don't know. I'm just over that. And I know it probably comes as a shock to my parents. Not at all. They'd probably be like, honest to God, we've had conversations where they're like, look, we don't expect much.
We haven't expected much for a while.
Yeah, and that's fine. I like that my parents are chill. I'm fine that I'm able to like focus on work and grow business and do stuff and not have to worry about like, do I have 2 kids yet? I literally don't care at all. It's not something that I'm like, you know, if I dated a person and then we got married and then like, she's like, I'm gonna have kids, I'd be like, all right.
Yeah, you're not like going out of your way.
Yeah. Doesn't add anything to my life. I'm not like staying up at night being like, oh, I'm gonna die alone. Spoiler, I feel like I'm gonna die alone anyway, underwater eaten by a shark. I know what's gonna happen. The first time I go scuba diving, a shark's gonna get me. I know what's gonna happen, so I'm not worried. In summation, that's pretty much been my last few attempts at relationships. Either they're way too into it and I'm not at all, and it's like, nah, I don't think we should. And they're like, eh! Or it's the exact opposite where they're like, I can't be with you. And I'm like, all right. And they're like, but do you still want to be friends? I'm like, nah. Like, nah, I'm good. So yeah, that's where I'm at emotionally. Or I'm just like, man, the worst part is, this is honest to God how I felt. It took roughly a day's worth of talking to get to the point where it was like, I'm still hung up on my ex. Then another day of like, wait, are you still texting me? What is happening right now? In order to get through it all. Meanwhile, in Final Fantasy XIV, a new area released, and I was like, I could have been playing that instead of dealing with all this bullshit. That's what I was like. I got stuff to grind. I'm trying to get to level 25 in this damn thing, and I'm like, man, I spent 2 days dealing with this. That's where I'm at. I'm like, come on, I could have been level 25 by the weekend. So now you know my priorities.
I do know your priorities. I feel like I knew them anyway. But I think an important part of a relationship is finding someone you can grow with. Because me and Toaster Woman look back like even 5 years ago, and I'm like, man, we're both completely different. Like, it's actually insane how different we are. But we're still like together and get along. So it's like finding somebody of chemistry with that you can grow with, and not just somebody you can get with for like a year or something.
I'll be the first to say I'm admittedly jealous of your relationship. The two of you seem to be coasting along just fine. I hope that in the background you're fighting all the time, because it's the only way
right.
that it makes sense to me. Because frankly, you've had it too easy, my friend. Too easy. I don't know. Maybe I should just... Here's the thing. I always keep saying I'm going to find a librarian and date a librarian. And I never do. I never do.
Have you gone to the library?
No.
Well,
I haven't.
I've got some advice.
Yeah.
Go to the library.
Thank you. Thank you. That's nice. I mean, I couldn't for a year. I couldn't go anywhere for a year. So now it's all library all the time. Except librarians in LA are probably all like 85. Although maybe that's what I need.
It might be what you need.
Maybe most of my life I've been dating younger ladies, and now it's time to go 85.
Nothing below 85 or nothing.
85 or nothing. I figure I can weasel my way into a will or two. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Like, Jesse, how did you afford this mansion? Be like, a lot of broken hips, let me tell you. Aye.
I saw you tweeted about working out and feeling better.
Yeah, I mean, like I just said, I've been going through some stress. It's strange that I only seem to work out when I'm like overly stressed about stuff. And I should be doing it every day, but I'm like, it just makes me feel better. So if I'm stressed, I'll just go work out. And the other day I was like, man, I should be stressed more often. Because no, that's not true. It's weird, like days when I have nothing going on when I should be working out are the days where I'm just like, man, I got nothing going on. I'm going to go like lay in the sun, like, doing nothing. I'm a mess. What can I say? So I asked for suggestions because people were like, bro, here's what you need to do. And I was like, okay, we'll see. We'll see what I need to do.
You got a lot of people tweeting you stuff. Dr. John gave you some tips. He gave you paragraphs. You got people giving you stuff. I just said lift, bro.
Lift, bro. I mean, I get it. I get you. I need to do a lot. So I need to do a lot.
Man, it's as somebody who was falling apart, working out's just like the best thing you do to get back in shape. It's like, oh my God, I just love going to the gym 5 days a week. 5 days a week. I got my upper body, lower body, lower body, and I'll do like a couple cardios mixed in there. Honestly, I'd go 6 days, but usually I got like some stuff I got to do, and then I'm like, man, I gotta get back in the gym. That's like everybody knows, like, hey, you got to go on a diet. Like everyone, there's like there's a reason diet magazines and books and all these things are selling all over, because it's like everyone's like, well, what about this next diet? It's like the hardest thing is just you got to go on a diet. And that's not even like to lose weight. That's just like a diet in general. Like me, people like, oh, you got to go on a special diet of not eating out and eating low fat and doing this till your stomach gets better. And it's like, oh my God, you kidding me? So like just eating turkey burgers and, sweet potatoes every day. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to lose it. But eventually you get used to it. And then it's just, you got to, usually what happens is it's like a scale. And once the scale tips one way, it like pushes you that way. So like after all my pain of like gallbladder surgery and stomach problems and all that, I was like, you know what? I think I need to go to the gym. And that was enough to like push me over the edge. So I'm like, shit, dude, I'm like falling apart. I got to do something, I know exactly what you're talking about. I know I in 2012, damn, was that long ago? In 2012, for a good year, I went to the gym every day, and I was like dropping poundage and like being amazing, and it was great. And then I immediately started doing like extra work for a bunch of different things and just stopped. And ever since then, like it's just been on my mind. Like I know exactly what you're referring to. Like I lived that life. I get it. And I know that if I can get back into it, the problem is I never get back into it. Like, I'm like, if I get back into it, I can do this. I can make this happen. But it just never happens because I suck. So, yeah, I'm going to try and make a valiant effort. The problem is I have to, like, double, triple plan everything. And then when I do, things like, great example, Monday. Things like Monday happen. So, all right, here we go. Monday, 9 to 11. This is legit. I'm looking at my calendar right now. Flipping my book open for you. Flip it open.
Monday, 9 to 11, Marvel podcast that we do every Monday, 9 to 11.
All right.
Immediately following that, a meeting with Kristen and Dodger to go over script for the game we're making, to go over script changes. That can last, I don't know, for however long. Then, immediately after that, drive to Torrance, go record the rest of Scary Game Squad, and finally beat Resident Evil 8. I might end my day at 11 p.m.
All right.
So, the only solution is wake up early and work out. Here's my problem, Crendor.
All right.
If I try to work out at 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. or whatever, I'm letting you know right now, bro, those workouts are the laziest, dumbest, lamest workouts. I'm like half awake, half involved, like not even putting in an effort, and I know what it's like. And then I'll just feel like weird all day. My prime workout zone is always around 5 p.m. If I can work out around 5, I'm like, yeah, but I can't because my life is a mess. That's just Monday, my dude.
Well, the problem is you're not prioritizing it. What if something
I
is like,
know!
oh, there's like a podcast 5 p.m. You got to do it. You'd be like, all right, I'm doing it. And then it's like, what if you got to work out 5 p.m.? You're like, I guess I could. I don't need to do that.
Look, I understand. I mean, like I am slowly falling apart in the worst ways. So yeah, I get it. I know what I need to do. I just don't. And we've talked about this before. I just, it's every day. It's every day I'm like reminded of my total failures.
That's why you got to change it.
Thanks, pal.
Up.
Thanks.
All right.
Thanks for that. Thanks for that. That's why you gotta change it, idiot. Like, oh yeah, okay, I will. Thanks, you convinced me.
All right. Hey, no problem. You need me as your Rocky coach.
I do need you to be like, get it, like take a beating, Rock.
That's what I'm saying. So you gotta I'll just remind you. I'll be like 5 p.m. You better be working out. And I'll say that every day at 5 p.m. and I'll have a bot that does it. And sometimes I'll take the bot down and I'll do it myself. That way you know I'm like checking in. Or you can have everybody tweet at you. That's even better.
I definitely need the internet to be up in my business all the time. I think
Every
that
day,
is very
5
healthy.
PM. Just be like,
I can't imagine a more unhealthy system of like, hey, internet, people I don't know, be accountable for my life. That seems so incredibly like unhealthy in every way.
You know
Like,
what else is
really, I'm
unhealthy?
just losing the weight
Not
because of
working out.
you. Well, but like, I should want to do it for me. I just don't. I suck.
You just gotta make it a habit. Once you get in the habit, you're good to go.
My big habit problem is putting stuff off another day. That's my number one problem. I'll always be like, I can do it tomorrow. I got to get something else done today, or got to do this other thing today. I'll put it off till tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes, I'm like, all right, it's just not going to happen today. I got to put it off tomorrow. That happens all the time. And I need to figure out I need to solve that. And I know that's baby steps. And I know that there's someone listening right now who's like, you're so dumb, Jesse, right? But like, you don't get it. I know I'm so dumb. I know this. I know it.
Well, I don't think you're dumb. I just think it's hard to make a habit out of that, especially when you're busy. But you gotta try. You gotta try.
I
My
know.
motivational speech.
Thank you. You gotta try. You gotta try.
You gotta try. But
Gotta try.
You gotta try. Yeah, I'm on the complete opposite end because like people be like, "Yo, want to stream this game or do something?" I'm like, I can't. Got to go to the gym.
Well, that's because you have correct priorities, and I do not. I just have so many things planned in this book. I'm just looking at it right now. And this is just things that are on this book. I got other things I got to do. I have, like, commitments and things that are on my other calendar. Crendor!
Your other calendar? What the
I have
shit?
multiple
Okay.
calendars.
That's all right. This is a red flag going up in my my book. You're like, all right, my calendar looks good here, but let me check my other calendar. It's like, what the shit are you doing?
Well, you know what? One is, shut up. Just shut up. Leave me be.
The other calendar. This is okay. So here's the thing. I have a problem making schedules and keeping to them. You're the opposite. You've got two calendars.
It's a problem. I know. I have multiple calendars for multiple things that I'm involved in.
That's why
Yes.
you just consolidated.
What I really need to do is like, what if I hire someone to play the games and write me a script, and then I just like show up, record it, act goofy, and go on that I could do. What if I don't play games anymore and I just pretend I do? I think that could be a solid solution.
That's half the internet right there. Half the streamers and YouTubers.
Oh my god. I can't even begin. Yeah, most of the channels that exist are like a dude just a voice, and then like everything else is played by someone else.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah, maybe I jump on that train. And I'm just like, hey, it's me, Jesse. Oh no, look at the monster. Oh boy. Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Do you think people want to be paid in exposure? Like, yo, if you play these games, I'll send you a free copy of this game, and you can write the script for me. Thank you.
Someone will do it.
Yeah, but is it the person who's going to be good? That's the question.
Probably not.
You know what? No one's cared about my content for years. It's fine. It doesn't matter if it's good or not.
Terrible. It must be Jesse playing.
Yeah. Like, this guy sucks.
As long as they're looting everything.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
But look, explore every corner, waste several episodes just looting. We'll be fine.
Yeah, there you go. See, look at that.
Checks
We're already
out.
solving problems.
Whew. Yeah, man. We're finally really helping the people out there with problems just like mine. All the people, all the aging influencers that exist out there, we're finally helping them.
Thank God.
Yeah. Someone needed to. This is the show that's doing it.
This was another classic Jesse therapy session concluded.
Oh, God. I need actual therapy session. All right. Well, enough about me then.
Right.
What's going on with you? What's happened to you this week? Besides, by the way, the last episode, everyone was like, damn, that food. Even Alex was like pretty impressed. Actually, when you're here, woo, the place. So in LA, we mentioned last time that there are 4 2-star Michelin restaurants.
Right.
There's one called Providence. It's very hard to get into, but across the street, the dude opened like a brunch place.
Oh.
Not hard to get into at all. And it's roughly the same equivalent. And that place is dope. So good.
I love me some brunch.
It was good.
You get an egg, you get a pancake, you get a mimosa.
Hell yes. Well, all right. Now back to you. Sorry I had to interrupt
back
you.
to me.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Oh, you know what I forgot to mention from last week is we also went to the Starbucks Roastery.
Okay. Yes, you had like a hell of a day. You went out and did a whole thing.
Well, Nick loves food, if you couldn't tell. So he was like, yo, I want to try that Roastery. And I was like, all right. So we went, and they had like, you try a bunch of iced coffees. We tried a bunch of hot coffees. And then we got like the cheese meat platter, whatever it's called. That was pretty good, actually. I really like their cheese meat platter thing. They had like a bunch of olives that were actually good. And I don't even like olives.
At the Roastery, they had like a real charcuterie.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Actually, according to TikTok, that's not a thing. I'm not supposed to say charcuterie. It's whatever the hell this lady says on there. But let me just say, I don't care. It's charcuterie.
Well,
anyway,
luckily I don't watch TikTok, so it doesn't matter to me. And then we got our alcoholic Starbucks drinks, which they're actually pretty good.
What were those? Time out. What do you mean alcoholic Starbucks?
Yeah, the Starbucks Roastery. So if you don't know, in downtown Chicago...
I'm going to have to Google this now.
Yeah, in downtown Chicago, there's a Roastery, and it's like a 4-story Starbucks. And, let me see if I can pull up the menu. Wee woo. So the 4th floor, you got your alcoholic drinks. 3rd floor was like food. 2nd floor was like bakery or coffee and pastries. And the 1st floor was like more pastries, I think. Honestly, it was kind of confusing. But, figured it out.
That sounds neat.
4th floor, they had the... How's it so hard to find the alcohols? Oh, there we go. Okay, so... They had the Chicago exclusive cocktails. I think I had the Union Stock. Or was it the Union Stock? I think it was. It's a Starbucks Reserve Whiskey Barrel Aged Cold Brew Capoletti Rabaro Sufumamwa, a Luxardo Amaro Habano, a Reinhold Grappa, and a lemon peel.
Whoa, time out. What the hell did you just say?
I don't know.
It's very obvious. That's true.
It's actually, where's the oh yeah, and then Toaster Woman got the Blush Mint Julep, which is Tivana Jade Citrus Mint Tea, Gin, Aperol, Kochi Americano Rosa lemon juice, simple syrup, and strawberry mint sprig.
Kochi, whatever the hell you said, sounds like something you just made up.
It's not. Hers was actually pretty good. It was a pretty solid drink. Mine was essentially like a beer and a shot. Like they gave you the shot and you pour it in. It's like this beer thing. I don't even know if that's the one it was. I think it was actually something else because it doesn't sound like it was. And then Nick got one that was just off the menu, and they just made him it. And I think his was pretty good too. We tried all of them.
The classic affogato is what I would have got. Thank you very much. It's just ice cream with 2 shots of espresso over it, and that's a solid dish right there. I'm like, yum, 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 yum. Oh, man.
So, I mean, whenever we have a live show again, we can go to the old roastery.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
That we can handle. Oh, my God. I wonder what Christmas time is like in Chicago.
Probably cold, snowy.
I'm just going to put this out there. I mean, yes, you're right. But I meant for venues. All I'm saying is, if we did a show, would you dress up like an elf if I dressed up like Santa? I will give you this. You can rip off the sleeves so you can be a ripped elf.
All right, fair enough.
Is that all it took?
Yeah, I'll take
Amazing.
it. Plus, if enough people show up that we actually make money and I just don't dress up like an elf for no reason.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously. Sure.
Yeah.
I just want to wait until, let's be chill, let's be calm. Let's make sure everyone, even if they are pretending they got a vaccine, actually is okay.
Right.
Because apparently that's a thing now. Like, no, I got it. And you're like, what? Oh, my God.
I already knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, I don't know. I'd be fine with that. I mean, listen, I gotta pay for that dinner. All right, that's why people are like, dude, why aren't you posting the pictures on something else? You're posting on Patreon. I'm like, gotta pay for that dinner.
Yeah, the dinner didn't buy itself.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I'm not streaming. I'm going to the gym.
Yeah. Now see, it's all coming together.
Maybe I just gotta start streaming my workouts. I know Bajira does that.
It's true, he does. I think the difference is he has an at-home gym. I know when a lot of people stream their workouts, the actual gyms are like, please stop.
Yeah, because I mean, how do you feel you're working out and some dude's streaming you over there and you're just trying to work out in peace?
Yeah, I mean, I get that. The last thing I want is my ass in the background of someone's video as I'm trying to keep up a pace and heart rate on a damn thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, They're like, who is this idiot? I'm like, I'm just working out, sweating, getting in a good sweat.
Yeah, plus it's there's people all ages and, whatever working out. So you got the 80-year-olds just being and you got the people like me back when I first started working out where I'm like, here we go, 5 pounds. And then, you got a nice variety of everybody. But
especially at your place. It isn't a total gym or some or a Gold's.
Yeah, it's like a health center. So they get a lot of people that are they're rehabbing from cardio surgery or problems and stuff. Or then you get you get a wide variety. So I like it more because you don't. There's a lot of people I get judged at the gym and stuff. But at a place like that, there's so many different people all ages and everything that it's most people don't care. Well, I feel if you go Planet Fitness, you're gonna get probably a worse experience. But maybe it probably just depends on your Planet I don't know what I'm saying. Planet Fitness. Maybe it's like going to McDonald's, where one McDonald's makes your fries really good, and the other one they suck ass.
I mean, you're right.
What else did I do this week? I played a game of Warhammer.
I love that you sold it as I'm not. Look, some McDonald's are great, some suck ass, and that's true. Everyone in the world can agree with that statement.
Yeah, it's because some people are it's just a McDonald's, but no, some McDonald's are genuinely better than others, and same with Taco Bell or any of the fast food things. Sometimes you go to one, they burn your shit, and you're like, dude, my quesadilla is burned, and they're like, whatever. And some of them, they like make it perfectly. And you're like, wow, thanks. Like if I'm going to eat a shitty fast food thing, I want it to be at least like edible. You know?
This is my parents are on this train where they love this place El Pollo Loco, but the one that's closest to us they don't go to because they're like, they don't make it right there. And so they'll go out of their way to another one, and they love that one.
That's what
and
I'm
I
saying.
always thought that's really stupid. That's dumb. But I will say, I know exactly what they mean. I just like giving them a hard time. But I know what they mean.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You just gotta find the good spots. And new Warhammer stuff came out, so I've been making Warhammer videos. That's been fun. There's like the new box coming out. It's got like hobgoblins and shit.
I saw you tweet about that, and I was like, of course this is exactly his vibe of like goblin archers. You were like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, all right.
They're like weird, like Lord of the Rings looking goblins. Because right now they just have big, bulky, like WoW goblin or orcs, and then they have like the little Git goblins. But now they're like a nice mixture. And they got like crossbows and shit. They got like one riding a crazy swamp hyena. They got like Gul'dan. Like they got the whole crew. They got a swamp grot or stab grot. He's got a little knife. He just stabs people. I love it. I'm ready to play these guys. So if you want to see more of that, that's on my Warhammer Crendor channel, which actually has been growing.
When you say play, I'm ready to play these guys. Have you jumped into, do you actually Warhammer? Like real Warhammer?
Yeah, I've played probably like 30, 40 games.
Where? How? How do you do this? Online?
You just go to like a local game place.
Do you win?
I win like probably 40, 50% of the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Is this something you're good at that I just am not aware of? I thought you just painted and had fun with them. And we're like, these are my soldiers.
I used to
I
do
didn't
that.
know you were like.
I used to do that. Then I went to the game store. I'm like, they're like, hey, you want to learn how to play? And I was like, yeah, I'll learn how to play. And then I learned how to play. And then I met people there. And then I'd just be like, talk to them, be like, hey, you want to play a game next week? And they'd be like, yeah. And the best part is like, most of them don't know I'm on the internet. So nobody's like, wow, is that the Crendor? I'm just like,
I know
nerd.
you, and I'm not sure you're on the internet. So
that's true.
I'm like, who is this guy?
You just fit in being just another nerd. So it's great. It's like it's a nice little escape. You get a little like IRL socializing. Granted, like that was all before all this. So like this year, I played my first game in like 2 weeks, or not 2 weeks. I played my first game like 2 weeks ago that I'd played in like a year and a half. So it was like shaking the rust off or something. But
how did it feel? Were you good? Did you win?
No, but I also rolled terribly. So that's
I think. Yeah, I think that's definitely.
People are watching,
RNG.
and I was like, dude, I get double attacks on all my lizard units because if you roll the Engine of the Gods, you get 3 6s. So I literally rolled 3 6s, which means you get double attacks with everything. And everyone was like, oh my god, we gotta see this. And I literally rolled like garbage. It was like 1s, 2s, and 3s, and everyone was just like, oh my god, that's so bad. And I was like, yeah, yeah, it's pretty bad. But it's fun because it's like it allows you to actually play with all the stuff you paint up and build. The problem is once you do that, then you're like, now I want to play all these other armies. I just have to, buy them, build them, and paint them. But to be fair, a lot of people just build them and don't paint them because they just want to play the game, so they just don't care. But it is more fun when it's painted.
I want to just make a dope looking chaos army, but only keep the units that I really painted well. The others I don't care about. I'm not trying to, But I would love to do something cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Write it in on your second calendar. Just pencil it in.
Yeah.
Listen, all I'm saying is my Warhammer channel is almost at 7,000 subscribers. I started that thing at 0. And I've just been that's been my hobby channel. And now it's getting 2,000-3,000 views a video. And I'm like, shit, dude. I like my my bows, my spears, and my big ass dinosaur monsters. And
I'm on the same page. I love all that stuff. One day my goal is to have the perfectly painted Archeon the Everchosen. The true champion of chaos. One day.
That's a pretty good goal.
I'll proudly display him. That's my dream.
And if you aren't doing it by some point, I'm just gonna be like, all right, we're building this thing.
Oh my god. Oh my
We're gonna do it. I'll film you.
The only way that's gonna happen is if like Warhammer is like, we will pay you. I'll be like, all right, because I'm so stressed. I'm not stressed about putting it together with the glue and the primer and all that stuff. What I'm stressed about is all the other, like the painting and the making it look dope, and there's so many parts to it, and it just, I want it to look good because, you know, it was sent to me and someone paid $160 for that thing. I don't want it to be like Slow Bro or whatever the guy I made was, where he's like all purple and like 2 little specks of gold, and I'm like, I did it, yeah.
Yeah, it does take a while to like get better at painting. That's like anything. It takes a while to improve your skills at drawing or whatever you're doing.
Yeah, I know. I gotta get good. I gotta get good like that. I'll have to do some. Maybe I'll get you off podcast to be like, here's step 1 with you know, remember how we went into your garage and like sprayed stuff? I need to do that. I need to do the primer stuff first. I need to learn that first before I do anything else.
Well, you prime when you're done building it. You got to build it first.
Oh boy, I gotta build then prime.
You can also prime before. Some people are like, I'm gonna prime it before they prime and paint pieces of it before they actually build it because they want to be able to paint it all without having to like get into little nooks and crannies and stuff.
Understood. I mean, that makes sense, especially for the bigger pieces.
Yeah. So, I mean, some people do that. I don't because I'm lazy, and I'm not going to win any awards or anything, so I'm like, whatever. But, you know, if I was, I probably would do that.
Man, I want to do that.
There's also different styles of priming. Like, so a lot of people do zenithal priming. That's where you prime it black, and then you, like, prime with a white or a wraith bone or something over the top, and you get, like, a lighting effect. It helps you paint it.
Now you got me like wanting to try. I don't know if it's because I'm over here just like, maybe I want to get really high on paint fumes. But something about this has me interested. I'm not sure what, but something about it I'm like, yeah. Something about this seems like fun.
I just think it's a very like fun, creative thing to do. Like people draw, people paint, and it's like you're just painting and you're painting up little like war guys. And it's just
seems like a relaxing hobby.
Yeah. It is. You can like put on something to watch. You can, you know, just paint away. And then you don't have to even paint a lot. Some days I'm like, I'm going to paint 10 minutes. And that's all I do. I paint for 10 minutes and then I'm good. And then if you do that every day, I'll be like, dude, I painted like a full hour this week. And I actually made progress because I just did 10 minutes a day.
Well, I guess that just means I've got more to do. Add it to my other calendar. Speaking of every day, Calm is something you should be using every day. If you are experiencing, anxiety or stress, or you're just feeling like overwhelmed with the world, if you're someone like me, want some good news? You can navigate the change, feel more relaxed, and quiet your mind with Calm. How are you feeling today? You a little anxious? You been sleeping well? Are you lacking focus? It's times like these when you can use a little help, and Calm is here to do that and provide that support. As you know, we have been using Calm forever. I use Calm every single day. It's how I start my day. It's how I start relaxed, and then through the rest of the day end up a mess every day. But I start relaxed, and that's the key. It is the #1 mental wellness app that gives you the tools to improve the way you feel. Clear your head with guided daily meditations. That's what I do every day. Improve your focus with Calm's curated music tracks. Drift off to dreamland with Calm's imaginative sleep stories. If you go to calm.com/Cox, you can get a limited time offer for 40% off a Calm premium subscription, which includes hundreds of hours of programming. New content is added every week. Over 100 million people around the world are using Calm to clear their minds, take care of themselves. If you're listening to me right now, you can hear my voice. Jump in on this offer for 40% off a Calm premium subscription at calm.com/Cox. That's calm.com/Cox for 40% off unlimited access to Calm's entire library. That's calm.com/Cox. Also today we're brought to you by Honey. Honey is literally the simplest product in the world. It's so simple to use. Let me break it down for you real quick because we've been talking about this for a while as well. Do you shop online? Yes. Do you see those little promo fields when you check out? Yes, we all do. Honey's job is to find you something to put in that promo field. That's it. That's how it works. It's that simple. When you're checking out, Honey will just search through codes on the internet, find you the best one, and boop, drop it in there. It's supported by over 30,000 stores online, ranging from tech sites to gaming products to fashion brands to food delivery. All you do is just do what you normally do. If you have Honey installed in your browser, that thing will drop down and boop, you just press the button and it will find you something for you. It's that simple. I'll go to other sites that I know Honey is on and works with, and then I'll compare. I'll compare and contrast and be like, oh man, I'm about to get the deal with this Honey thing. Boop, works every time. I'm telling you, it is one of the best things you can have on your computer. It's a fantastic app. It only takes a few seconds to work once you click apply coupons and you watch those prices drop. The last time I used Honey, I think I saved something like $35. I was buying some tech stuff for the office, just a lot of nonsense that we needed, and I saved $35. That's really good considering that I wouldn't have because I had no code going in, and Honey just found it for me, which is fantastic. Honey has found over 17 million members, over $2 billion in savings. If you don't already have it, you're straight up just missing out. It's literally free, installs in a few seconds, and by getting it, you're doing yourself a solid, and you're supporting this podcast. Right now, get Honey for free at joinhoney.com/Cox. That's joinhoney.com/Cox. All right, Crendor, let's go to this guy with Crendor. How's the traffic out there?
Oh man, traffic today is crazy. You've got so many people getting ready to go places, go on vacation. They got RVs. People are RVing inside of other RVs. They got big RVs and then little RVs inside of them. It's crazy. You got people going into the woods. You got people looking for Bigfoot. You got people going into the ocean with their submarines. You got people going everywhere right now. It is going to be a wacky summer, and I guess you could say a wild, or what did you say? A hot summer? Oh, the hot Jesse summer. That's what you said.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. I don't even remember what I was saying it about. That's the traffic.
All right, now let's go to weather.
Weather time. All right, let's check the old weather recommendations here. Bloop. What do we got from last week? Top one I see is do the weather for Helsinki, Finland. The Finnish government had a tourist campaign here a few years back, and the slogan, "Welcome to Hell," was plastered all over the airport.
I like that. I think that's cute.
Hell.
Helsinki.
Wait, it says Helsinki, Uusimaa, Finland. What's the Uusimaa?
And this is not Hell, Norway? The more apt of the hells?
Wait, Hell, Norway. Are these like rivals? Well, Helsinki is Hel, welcome to hell. But then I guess Norway has actual hell.
Yeah. That's what I thought you were originally talking about.
No, they said Helsinki, Finland had a campaign called Welcome to Hell. But it sounds like they're just trying to copy Hell, Norway.
The rivalry between Finland and Norway is strong, as we know.
That's very strong. Well, I'm just doing Finland. I'm already here.
All right.
50 degrees Fahrenheit. You got your daily forecast popping up. You got 58 rain. You got 59 cloudy Tuesday, 64 Wednesday, 64 Thursday, 66 Friday. But today, you got feeling like 47 high, 50 low, 46. Humidity 60%. Pressure 30.26. Visibility going at 10 miles. Wind at 7 miles an hour. You got a 37 down the dew point. UV index 0 of 10. And your moon phase is popping up at a waning gibbous. Now, you got the old sunrise at 4:09 a.m. Sunset at 10:28 p.m. Oh my God, that's a lot of daylight. Let's see. Taking a look at the 10-day. 58, 59, 64, 64, 66, 67, 68, 68, 66, 65, 63, 63, 63. So sitting in the 60s with a day of rain, but mainly just partly cloudy. So it's honestly not too bad for hell.
But But it's Helsinki, not hell. It's not.
Yeah, but it can be abbreviated.
No one is. I don't think anyone's abbreviating it. People in Finland, are people abbreviating Helsinki into hell? See, no one replied. No one. I didn't hear anyone.
True. I didn't hear anything. Well, what about? Okay, well then let's see Hell Norway. Oh my God, yeah, and Hell Norway is Hell Trondelag, Norway. That sounds like a dragon name.
It does. Agreed.
Pretty similar weather. You got 45 right now, 79% humidity, 3.33 inches of pressure, 6-mile visibility. There, the sun rises at 3:25 a.m. and sets at 11:04 p.m. What the shit?
Nah, I'm good on that.
That means you only get 4 hours of nighttime. 13-mile-an-hour winds, 44 on the dew point. Waning gibbous on the moon phase. 10-day for hell. 68, 78.
See? It's funnier.
It is. 68, 78, 79, 77, 75, 73, 74, 68, 65, 66, 67, 66, 67. With partly cloudy and showers for half and half of those days. But still, like, that's correct. Like, 3:25 a.m., the sun's going up. And it's not going down until 11:04 p.m.?
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, too. That's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. And that's the weather.
Oh, right. It's crazy. That's the
crazy.
Weather. All right. Sports.
Welcome to the sports desk. We've got playoffs happening right now, and they are insane. Over in the basketball playoffs, let me pull up the old playoff tree here. We've got Utah up 2-1 on Memphis. We got the Clippers down 2-1 to the Mavericks. They play later today. We got Denver, Portland tied at 2. We got Phoenix, Lakers tied at 2. We got Philadelphia up 3-0 on the Wizards. You got Atlanta up 3-1 on the Knicks. You got Miami losing to the Bucks 4-0. Milwaukee sweeping them. And then Brooklyn up 2-1 on Boston, but they also play later today. Over in the NHL playoffs, we got Colorado taking on Vegas. That'll be a good one. You got Boston taking on the Islanders, who beat the Penguins. You got the Hurricane taking on the Lightning. Battle of the weather down there.
Battle of the weather. Is that really what they're calling it, or is that just you?
That's just me.
I'm typing in Battle of the weather.
I mean, it is the Battle of the weather, to be honest.
No, nothing is even titled Battle of the Weather, I guess, because that's a terrible name.
That's a great name. Battle of the weather. Who do you want, Hurricane
Battle
or Lightning?
Of the weather.
I'm going Hurricane.
Yeah, Hurricane wins because Lightning is part of Hurricane. Lightning is just a small part of a hurricane.
Well, that's an easy prediction there, then. I'd bet money on that one. But I wouldn't, because I don't recommend any.
Our lawyers tell us do not take our advice when it comes to betting.
And then the Maple Leafs and the Canadians in the good old-fashioned Canadian battle tied at 3 going to Game 7. That's a good one. And then Winnipeg swept the Oilers. So it'll be Winnipeg against Toronto or Montreal. Over in baseball, it's happening. Baseball. We got Tampa Bay in first, Boston a game behind. White Sox in first, Oakland in first, the Mets in first, St. Louis in first with the Cubs a game behind, and San Diego in first with San Francisco a game behind and the Dodgers 2 games behind. And that is sports.
Okay, Crendor, what is our big... No, never mind. What is our dumb fact that leads to a big news story of the day?
Hey, you're getting better. Here we go. The big news fact. Now I'm like falling apart. Goosebumps are meant to ward off predators.
Wait, what?
Yes.
What does that mean? How would a goosebump ward off predators? How?
I
What?
don't know. Why do we get goosebumps? In this physiological reaction, small muscles attached to individual body hairs contract, which leads the hair to stand on end. We inherited this ability from our ancestors in part as a way for our then coat of body hair to capture air beneath it and in that way retain heat. But as George A. Bubenik, a physiologist and professor of zoology at the University of Guelph in Ontario, Canada, explained to Scientific American, it also caused our ancestors to appear bigger than they were, helping to ward off predators when they were frightened or on the defense. With modern humans having less body hair, goosebumps no longer cause us to look that much more intimidating.
So kind of like a cat when its hair stands up. It's like, cat! You know what I mean?
Yeah, it like puffs out.
Yeah. All right. I mean,
So
like, I don't know what... If I was a tiger, I don't know that I'd be like, oh, no, that thing got 2% bigger. I better worry.
Well, I mean, it must have worked.
I mean, I feel like the spears did a better job.
Well, that's probably why it went by the wayside.
If it worked and was a thing, then we would still have it today, right? Because natural selection. I feel like everything else did the job. I mean,
wonder
look.
if, like, some super hairy people can still have that effect.
I'm looking at my big hairy arms right now, and I got nothing.
Yeah. Well, that's your fact.
All right, and what is our big news story of the day?
Big news story of the day. Someone sent us this one. Missing man discovered dead inside paper mache stegosaurus statue.
Whoa! Wait, what?
Yeah, this one's crazy.
That is a ridiculous crime. Okay.
A missing 39-year-old man had been found dead inside a paper mache stegosaurus in Spain after a father and son noticed an odd smell emanating from the statue. The father and son who found the body were walking past the statue in Santa Coloma de Gramenet, Barcelona. When they noticed the smell, the man looked closer and saw a corpse through the crack. Firefighters were called, where they cut open the leg to retrieve the body from inside. How'd it get in there? The police...
Wait, is that the article? The article just ends?
No, it keeps going.
Oh, all right. I was about to say, how'd it get in there? You're right.
Police confirmed that the body belonged to an unnamed man who had been reported to the authorities missing a few hours previous. A few hours? Santa Coloma police confirmed to local newspaper El Periodico that the body was found face down inside the dinosaur's leg.
El Periodico? El Periodico is the name of that, huh?
El Periodico. His family reported him missing shortly before he was found, though they hadn't heard from him in 2 days, believed he was sleeping rough. It's possible that the man assessed the inside of the dinosaur through a panel on its underbelly, which the paper says is known to be used by homeless people in the past. Local police also posit he could have been trying to reach...
Posit?
I don't know. He could have been trying to reach a phone that had been dropped. The death is going to autopsy, but it is not being treated as suspicious. We found the body of a man inside the leg of a dinosaur statue. It is an accidental death. There is no violence. The spokesperson for the local police told The Guardian the person got inside the statue's leg and got trapped. It looks as though he was trying to retrieve a mobile phone, which he dropped. It looks like he entered the statue's head first and couldn't get out. It is unknown how long the man was in there before he was discovered. The prop was initially placed in the town to advertise a local cinema and has now been removed. What the shit?
That is... So, this probably says a lot about me and what I think you can get away with in a murder. Because my thought was, oh, this is probably bones inside this thing. And, like, someone built a sculpture and then put the bones in there to hide their crime, right? That's what I thought.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, too.
But apparently, it's just like everyone be sleeping inside this dinosaur, and this guy got stuck. My question now is, if he was fully functional and stuck, why wasn't he like, help, I'm in this dinosaur?
That's what I thought. Yeah, why is he like banging on it like, ah? There's like people walking by.
Yeah, if enough people walking by, they can smell it if they're that close. Why wouldn't he just be like, I wouldn't have stopped screaming. I would be like, help! I'm in a dinosaur! I would have been going for hours.
Yeah. And then, like, if it was only a few days, I feel like he'd still be, like, all right, unless he was getting crushed or something. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, did he end up, they said he was trapped. Maybe, like, it cut off the flow of, I have no clue. I have no clue how this happened.
Yeah.
This is a medical mystery to me.
This is a crazy story. I gotta, like, okay, there's still... I don't know. Because it's like, okay, here's the Here's the dinosaur. All right.
Wow. Here's the thing. He was in one leg?
Yeah, he's in one leg.
So basically, I can see how crawling into the leg, like head first, and trying to reach your phone could get you trapped. Like I can see that.
I can see that actually.
But it's small enough that if you like shook and wiggled and like made like, couldn't you have alerted people? There's a what is that? Is that a sportsman? There's a spootsman. A pootsman?
Yeah, there's like some stores nearby.
There's literally a Coke can. Kids are probably sitting there.
Yeah.
I would have been like, help me, please.
I fell at the dinosaur.
That's what I'm saying. This guy. Yeah, that sucks, man. Although, I'm not telling a story how to be better, but what if it was like, human bones were found inside this dinosaur. They've been there since it was built. Right? Like that's I love a creepy artist story. That's much better.
The dinosaur killer.
Yeah, right.
People and dinosaurs that he builds.
Like this is like sad. Like this guy got screwed. It would have been a more Cox and Crendor story if it was like the bones were in there for 50 years. Right? Like why would someone hide the bones in a dinosaur used to advertise a cinema?
And it's
all
haunted.
those are great. Right? Oh my God, so many questions. At night they would hear the howls of a dinosaur. Oh my God, that would have been great.
Also, wait, how did he drop his phone in there? Like, did he try to go in and then take a picture of it from the inside and then drop it?
No,
And
I think he was probably in there chilling. My thoughts are he was in there chilling, laying down inside the dinosaur's tum-tum, and then he was holding his phone above his head, and then he dropped it and it fell behind him down one of the legs.
Oh, yeah, that's possible.
Which is weird because whoever made this thing made the legs hollow.
Yeah, I don't...
So the legs are hollow, which is strange because then, couldn't you just knock this thing over?
That's what I thought.
So many questions. So many questions. Once again, the news is failing to tell us all the stories.
Yep.
Who was the person on the scene who was like, you know what? I got all the information I need. Time to move on.
Yeah. Where's the real news?
Drives me crazy. Every time we find a good story, we're like, and here is half of it. What do you mean?
Yeah, it's dumb.
Answer the questions. We should be reporters. We should be reporters. We got the real questions.
Well, that's that story.
All right. Well, that's it for us. Thanks so much for listening or watching or however you enjoying this podcast. Crendor, hit him with the socials.
We got socials. Go to youtube.com/Cox and Crendor podcast, all one word. That's where we post these on YouTube. We also got youtube.com/Cox and Crendor. That's where all the animations are. We also got Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud. We're all over podcast places. Also, check out our own stuff. youtube.com/Jesse Cox, youtube.com/Crendor, youtube.com/Warhammer Crendor. If you want some Warhammer, patreon.com/Jesse Cox, patreon.com/Crendor, twitter.com Jesse Cox, twitter.com Crendor, Instagram Notorious Cox, Instagram Crendor was taken, and probably just type in Crendor Jesse Cox, other places you'll find our stuff.
Yup.
That's it.
Okay. That's it. We'll see y'all next week. And as always, to be continued.